Working in the Gloobie Doobie Doo. Welcome to another fantastic episode of me gluing paper to other paper. And I've had some new subscribers lately, so I want to welcome you all to my channel. If you want a little synopsis of the type of art that I do, I don't like to buy fancy supplies and fancy equipment to create with. Most of what I create with comes with magazines, junk mail, recycled items, old books, glue sticks, and scissors. Okay, everything else is just a bonus. So if I have ink or stamps or stencils and stuff, those are just bonus things that I picked up along the way. But I try to create things with very little extra, very little extra stuff that you need to buy. So I like things to have multiple uses. I like to buy tools that you can use for a lot of things. I like to take stuff that would normally be thrown out and try and find a way to use it. So magazine images and junk mail and things like that, it's fun to try and come up with a new life for those things. And, you're kind of saving the planet a little bit. The planet's kind of important. So yeah, right now, this is a glue journey that I'm taking where you're going to watch me pretty much just glue my larger images in right now. I'm just about to the point where I can start adding some smaller stuff, so we'll get to that too. But a lot of people said they like watching this part, so, I'm going to glue these larger images, and then you can see some of the fun things I have to work with. Some of these larger images that I've been putting in here, I'm not really crazy about. I don't know why I kept them and put them in there, to be honest. I don't know why. So yeah, that's just me, and that's just weird. But I haven't done the cover yet. You saw those pictures that I did at the beginning. Those are going to be two things I think I'm going to add to my cover. I think. Not 100%. But I might add them. And during this video, I finally made it through that stinking glue bottle. So excited. And just a warning, the end of this video is going to end abruptly. My camera just stopped recording. I don't know, maybe I had too many videos saved on it. I don't know, but it just stopped. So I was lucky there. It's so relaxing and so enjoyable to just put pretty things all together in one place, and add pretty things to it and blend or match or, whatever, however you want to add stuff to it. Just to look at, just to go back and flip through and enjoy. It's definitely one of my favorite things to do. It's one of the best ways that I use to calm my brain down is cutting things and gluing it to other things. And magazine images and catalog pieces and kids' schoolwork and little pieces of paper that you pick up along the way, those are the best things to keep your mind moving, I think, in a more peaceful, relaxing state. When you collect those things and you have a place to put them, a lot of people will put them in a jewelry box or, a drawer. But I take all my paper pieces from my life and try and add them into a book. And sometimes I even write something about it. This book is not one of those books, but just as an example of things that you can save from your life, from your trips, from your day-to-day adventures, and have a place to put them and maybe write a little something about the experience that you had. This one here is specifically just magazine images. I have a lot of magazine images. I do a lot of magazine harvesting. I haven't done a whole lot of magazine harvesting videos lately, but I will. I'll get some done. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And when I look at this, I realize that I really like the picture on the other side. I wish I could have kept both. I wish I had thought to turn that into a tip-in like I did in my other Gloobie Doo, But hey, yarn and thread is fun too. Those come from Victoria magazine, I believe. That has some beautiful images in it. The Victoria magazines, they've got gorgeous, tea party type, shabby chic, very English country cottage type photos in it. I was getting this subscription. I had gotten it for 2 years through my daughter's Girl Scouts fall fundraiser, but I did not see it this year in the list of magazines, so I might have to check again, but I did not see it. I would subscribe to it again. Another one that I subscribe to through there is the Antiques magazine, and I have not gotten through all of the issues that I own, so I'm not going to subscribe to it again. But man, it's got some interesting stories about some really random, obscure items. Like, I read this whole entire piece about a frickin' sugar dish. Apparently, sugar dishes are like a big deal in the antique world. And there's people who are out there specifically for sugar dishes, just like they're out there specifically for teapots and stuff. So yeah, that was pretty wild to read all the history of that one frickin' sugar dish I was looking at. But it's got some really cool articles about old stuff. This is a new session of gluing because the last session I was stopped abruptly. So this session, you're going to find that I'm trying to fill in a lot of the white space and trying to, find ways to put some of the larger images and larger texture pieces in and use them in this. I still have a few more things to go in that accordion folder that I've kept this in. Whether or not I get to them, who knows, but I'm going to try and put in as many of the images as I can. This is just a scrap piece from some die cutting I was doing, so I said, hey, you know what? Let's throw it in here. Let's just throw it in a corner and then put stuff over that if I wanted to, So yeah, that's just a scrap music piece. And, the thing is, like, what I have a hard time getting over is that this isn't going to be gorgeous, pretty during the process of it, but I will do stuff to it to make it look nice with other images and other texture pieces and pattern pieces, later on down the line. So I will jazz it up, and it'll look much better. So I found another piece to just stick in that corner. And again, it'll work out nicely when I'm done, even though I like this page. It's in itself, just those lips is pretty cool to me. But hey, I also want to put stuff on the paper, so I'm trying not to just glue one thing on there. But I've got a lot of magazine stuff, so I am never going to be able to use it all. I'm just never gonna. There's just too much stuff. So I do what I can with what I pick out, and this was just a random stack of pages that I pulled out of the box of images that I've got. So yeah, I love that eye. It's like my daughter's eye color. She's got hazel eyes, so it looks similar, except hers are green on the outside, not that gray color. But man, that gray color is beautiful. I don't know, that might be photoshopped or AI or something, but imagine if you had eyes that color, it'd be incredible. I've seen lots of really cool eye colors. I mean, I'm sure we all have, but I went to school with a girl. Her eyes were seriously like the color of ice. It was so neat. Her eyes were literally the color of like a glacier. And yeah, just amazing how different we all are like that. And then my youngest daughter, her eyes are the same exact color as blueberries. Her eyes just look exactly like blueberries. And I think that that's pretty neat. I'm realizing as I am going through this and watching this, my camera started screwing up pretty much right away. I don't remember what I think I might have been looking for a specific piece that I had put over there. But yeah, my camera's like kind of glitchy. It seems like it's freezing every so often. Not freezing, but, jumping ahead a few seconds. So something must have been up with my phone. Something has been up with my phone. I use it for everything, recording, live streaming. I edit everything on there. I list all my stuff. So it does go through some things, but you pay a lot of money for these rectangles that we hold in our hands all the time, it should be able to withstand the things that you put it through for $1,000 frickin' dollars a pop, you know. And here I am, my phone's starting to screw up. I've still got, you know, whatever it is, 8 payments left on it or whatever before I can get another phone, and I don't know if this will make it the 8 payments. I just don't know. I just don't know. This is a pattern. I don't know what this is from. This is National Geographic, I think. I don't know what kind of article it was, but how cool is that gold looking, you know, pattern? There's the pieces. There's a couple of the pieces I'm thinking about for my cover. I haven't done, I got to do the cover. We got to figure out the cover. You know, we just got to figure it out. And yeah, some of these images in here, I don't know, we'll have to cover them up. We'll have to figure out a way to jazz it up, because some of them are just kind of ugly, you know. And I'm so glad I'm out of that glue. Oh, that glue was definitely the bane of my existence. And of course, at some point here, I'm going to pull out my Aleene's bottle that I haven't been using specifically because of this bottle. And the Aleene's is like turned into gel now. It's so thick. It's so thick, but the Aleene's you can water down, and I might, you know, add a little bit. I try not to add water because I'm always afraid of it molding. I think it can, right? I think that can mold in there. I don't know. But I'm just afraid of it doing that. I am keeping the crease. I'm keeping the gutter there free of paper. I don't do that in my Halloween journal. I just glue it right across. It just goes right across there. I don't know why I'm different with this, but hey, you know what? Maybe it's because I have so many that go across both pages. So, yeah, that's probably it. Okay, we'll just go with that. That'll be the reason. And here I am. The bottle's running out. You know, see me shake it there. It is running out. And I am so excited to be done. I just didn't want to waste it, you know. I had gotten it with a bunch of craft stuff I got, and I just didn't want to waste the little bit that was in there. But whoever used it, and I'm sure it's a fantastic glue, but the person who cut it, who opened the bottle, cut the tip too far down, so it's like a huge, you know, opening. Like a whole bunch of it comes out. It creates a mess every single time. It squirts out from under what you glue every single time. So it's just not worth it to me. I've been going through some serious glue sticks with all the gluing I've been doing. So yeah. And I'm just going to give a shameless plug for my Facebook group. If you're looking to buy or sell things, whether it be magazine images or any kind of stuff that you could think of that could have a creative purpose, join my group, sell it, buy some stuff from other people that do the same thing, and enjoy. It's been a lot of fun. I'm up to 270 members in just a few weeks. I don't know, maybe a month. Has it been a month? It might have been a month. A little over a month now, and I'm up to 270 people. So join, invite your family, invite your friends, because some of the things in there are also items that people made, so one-of-a-kind things, you know. Here I am adding the Aleene's. That's like super thick. So excited to get rid of that Scotch crap. But anyway, yeah, so, you know, good gift ideas in there. So far, I have American and Canadian sellers, so you get some international things for people that don't live in the States. And I'm trying to get a better European following too, so that people in other parts of the world can sell things. And like I said, not be limited to the U.S. I want it to be a good space for everybody. And it's been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of good interaction in there. People share what they're working on. People share, you know, the things that they are de-stashing. And I've got a bunch of stuff I have to list in there because I haven't had a chance to lately, but I've got a bunch of stuff to list. So, yeah. So get down there, join it. Also, you can sign up for my newsletter. It's in the Linktree link down below. I keep everybody up to date on my live sales and, you know, when I have my videos for the leftovers. So sign up for my newsletter if you aren't already signed up, if you haven't been getting the emails. And if you do get the emails or you think you signed up, check your spam folder, because I have the newsletter sent to both of my email addresses, and both of them it keeps going into the spam folder. And it's really starting to aggravate the crap out of me. So check your spam, all right? And your promotions folder or whatever it is, because it might be considered like a promotional thing. I think I've had other people's newsletters go into my promotions folder. That's awful. You know, they tell you, oh, make a newsletter. It's so much better for your customer base and your following. But then it sends the frickin' newsletter to your junk files, your junk folder, you know. Garbage, man. Garbage, I tell you. I had my live sale last Friday. I did great. I've got some orders to pack up from my leftovers video. So I'm excited to get some stuff shipped out today. I've got a lot of things to go out. I've got a lot of anxious customers to get some fun junk to play with. And it's, you know, I enjoy the live sales, and I really got a good group of people that come to them. You know, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be able to do something that I love and be able to offer the creativity experience to other people and, you know, give them a affordable way to use beautiful items in their own artwork. And when I say beautiful, I even mean those old dusty ratty books that I sell that could definitely have a purpose in an art world for people who like to create book art or journals or altered books or like to collage with the images or turn them into art journals or turn the books into collages. Basically, I just want to thank everybody. Whether you come to this channel and you watch my videos, or you buy stuff from me, or you check out all the crazy stuff that I put on Instagram and Facebook, I love our art community, and I know that I say it all the time in different scenarios, but seriously, I probably wouldn't still be creating as much as I do if I didn't have the support and the encouragement that I get from this community. And I know I'm not the only person that feels that way. I know I'm not the only person to say that. So, you know, we have something really special, girls and guys, that are part of this art world. We really do. And I really hope everybody else counts their lucky stars like I do every single day, that I get to sit down and create something and know that my creation is going to inspire somebody else in some way, shape, or form, and not just myself. So, there. That's my TED Talk for today. That's my encouraging TED Talk for today. Today I was fussy cutting. I haven't been feeling too well the last couple days, so I'm actually, this part of the voiceover is from 2 days after the first part of this voiceover. So, you know, I'm just putting you guys in like this time vortex. But I've had a horrible headache for 2 days, and then we had to go to the dentist this morning, and my headache was also making me like feel, I don't know, not sick to my stomach, but you know, like indigestion-y, like you, and I know it's from the headache because it gets worse when my headache gets worse. And then I also had heartburn from that very feeling too. So like, I'm sitting in the dentist chair and I'm like, oh, because it's just, my stomach felt weird, and I had both girls in there with me, and I'm trying to keep them from jumping around like animals. Not like they were being bad, but it's a different experience for them. So they were getting a little, you know, excitable. So, you know, I had to reel them in a little bit once in a while. And, yeah, so I haven't been creating too much, but I have been spending some time doing some fussy cutting, which has been really nice because I have a couple of magazine harvest videos coming out. And in those videos, I use a variety of different magazines that I have been trying to sell. Like there's groups of magazines. I've got boxes of them from a friend of mine. Boxes and boxes of magazines. So I'm trying to harvest different ones to kind of show people, first of all, other options for magazines if you ever come across them, or if you have friends or family that are getting rid of them, then you can see images in some of these magazines and be like, oh yeah, you know, I've seen someone else work with those magazines and they've got some cool stuff, so I'll take them off your hands, you know. So I have the sci-fi magazines, which got some cool stuff for Halloween. Not typical traditional Halloween stuff, but sci-fi stuff is like so awesome for Halloween. You've got aliens and creepy heads, and these are all from the 90s, so lots of Star Trek, lots of weird looking Star Trek characters, lots of cool beastly critters and things. So those are a lot of fun, and I still have like a ton of these magazines for $1 a piece. And I'm just trying to show people what's available. And like, I do the Smithsonian and the History magazine. I never even heard of the History magazine until I got these, and I'm not even gonna lie, like, I kind of read them a little bit while I'm working on them because they're so interesting. Like, I had this one magazine with a ton of Lincoln stuff, and Abraham Lincoln, he just fascinates me, not by his politics. I'm not a political person. I don't get involved in politics. I hate them all equally. And when I say hate, yes, it is a very strong word. But these people are the scum of the earth. And that's as political as I'm getting for you today. But I feel like the historical groundbreakers and the real change enactors in our society, I like to learn about them, whether they're a politician or not. And Lincoln is one of those people. He really paved many roads and really brought our country and, in turn, the world into a totally different era of civilization. And, love him or hate him, he really made some differences in this country and in this world. And so it was pretty cool seeing some of the stuff in there about Lincoln. And then, like, the Smithsonian magazine has such cool pictures from all kinds of things from around the world, artifacts that you can cut up, and things that are really cool looking. And yeah, they're just really cool magazines. I'm really sorry for the background noise. My husband's one of those people that when he's on the phone, he yells. So he's on the phone right now, and he's yelling. And both my girls are sleeping, and they both got school tomorrow. So if he wakes them up, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be pissed. But anyways, I am having so much fun with the images in here and like all the fussy cutting that I've been doing. I'm really just envisioning, like earlier I cut out this corner of a page that was a bumblebee with a bunch of flowers. So I cut out the whole flower bush with the bumblebee, and it's like, cornered. It's I cut it off of the corner of the page. And I'm like, man, I cannot wait to find some really cool place in this book to stick this frickin' bee flower situation. So I'm like, really, here I am throwing some more stuff out of my accordion. The accordion file for an individual project like this, I wouldn't say like if you've got a little project going or if you're making one thing of a certain theme. But like if you're doing something like this where there's potential for you to use a lot of different images and things and themes and whatever, and you're not really focused on too much, then this is definitely a really good option, is using an accordion file like I did. I really like it for this. I don't like when I was keeping all of my things in accordion files. I should do an updated video. I have a video from, gosh, 4 or 5 years ago now that actually I've gotten like thousands of views on it because it's how to use magazines in your junk journals, and it's kind of like goes over how I sorted them at the time, which at the time worked for me. Now it does not work for me because I have such large quantities of book and magazine things that I use to create with, that an accordion folder simply doesn't hold it for me anymore. So once I get into my building and I can set up filing cabinets, that'll be really nice. But for right now, my stuff's kind of scattered all over. But I thought that I'd make a video and talk about what works and what doesn't in the situation and the space that I have to work with right now. So, I might make an updated video on that. It'll be a long one because there'll be lots of, combing through messes. You'll all come in the mess with me. I'll welcome you to my big, messy world. I'm really loving some of these pages, man. Like, watching seeing them from like a third person point of view up here on the camera is really cool compared to seeing it right in front of you when you're working on it. Like watching this is inspiring to me, watching my own gluing, because it's just the images, I'm in it for the eye candy. I'm in it for the pleasure of the colors and the textures and the pictures and the landscapes and the photographs and whatever. I'm in it for all that. And I think that's where glue booking is really a very relaxing and enjoyable experience. Is it's all pretty things. It's all funny or pretty or surreal or whatever kind of thing you're going to make with these images that you find. It's going to be, to you, it's going to be a work of art. It's going to be beautiful. So that's why, like, I try and keep my channel to making pretty things with little amounts of stuff. Sorry, in this video I was also watching a video. So yeah, I was having fun watching a video and trying to get my tablet to work because it's old and outdated and they don't make updates for it anymore, so it has a mind of its own. But anyway, I really hope that you enjoy watching this kind of stuff, and if there's anything different you'd like to see me do, feel free to let me know in the comments, whether you're new or you've been here for the full shenanigans of my channel. But I make this stuff because I really like to think that other people enjoy watching people glue as much as I do, which is the reason why I do it. And I've said it before, it's kind of a form of therapy, and I think that it's a form of therapy for most of us. And if you're watching this video, it's probably some kind of a form of therapy for you too. And it's just putting pretty things together to make other pretty things. That's why we subscribe to the magazines, and that's why we look at the art and collect the books of art and things, because it's fun to look at. So this is just making your own book of that type of stuff, and instead of having to buy one, you just create your own. And most of the time you can do it with stuff that you get for free or close to free. I don't know who does free magazine subscriptions anymore, but most of us have friends and family that would probably be more than happy to give out some free magazines to get them out of their house or whatever. Because I know I have people that are excited to give me magazines. Like, oh, thank God I finally cleared up that shelf or whatever. So, yeah, that's where I get stuck, is I just can't say no to fun books and magazines. Sometimes I say no. There's some magazines that I have learned now I don't really like, and I'll say no to in the future, but that's not very often. And in my harvest videos that you'll be seeing, I go through a couple of the magazines that really aren't, there's really not much in there to grab you, and that's probably why you don't see these. I haven't seen them anyway much in the art community, because they didn't really have a whole lot. But my video does cut off. I don't know why. My camera, my phone's been screwing up lately. I know I mentioned it before, and it just stopped recording. So, but I didn't get a whole lot done in the time that it was off. So, but yeah, it's just gonna kind of end abruptly here. So thank you all for watching.